So, people, do I look sleepy? Because I don't feel sleepy, but it depends. What happened briefly? I went to train twice, and the rain just got me, and I continued training in the pouring rain. That wouldn't make bad lyrics, by the way, but yeah, so yesterday went entirely in the trash. So yeah, and my voice is still not the best yet. I mean, it never was the best, but it hadn't reached its the normal point. The normal point, I would say so. So I think I would start today with 2 talking videos, and then upload. I want to upload 2 songs, and one of them I want to be a cover, but I will talk about this later. So let's get to the topic. So throughout my journey so far, I mean, not only in this songwriting challenge, but in songwriting basically throughout my entire songwriting journey, I tried a couple of methods, and sometimes they were not on purpose, because sometimes I just accidentally started to do something that worked, but I just made a research on what today's most popular songwriting methods could be, and there were a couple that I didn't use before. Those ones I tried, and I just wanted to experience it, and I will talk about how they felt, or how I could use them, or which part of these worked for me, which part not that much. So let's dig into the first method, which was the mumble first method. Yeah, if you watched some of my videos, you might know that I normally write lyrics first. That is, I would rather say uncommon, but for some people it might be unprofessional. And let's say I didn't come to this, I wouldn't say industry, but I didn't come to this interest as a professional, I mean, a highly skilled instrumentalist, or a producer, or someone writing songs for other people. But yeah, so basically I started out with writing poems in my mother tongue that were good, and in time I even made progress, and I jumped levels, whatever. So I was doing this for, I don't know, 5 to 6 years, and throughout the time I just learned how to structure a poem, the rhymes, the syllables. But let's say when you're writing a song, the melody can be your best friend, regarding, for example, that it helps you remember the lyrics, it helps you get a bit relaxed while on performance, whatever. But it can be challenging as well, at least for me, because when you have the melody or the song structure, when you have the beat, and you know that, okay, this instrumental part, for example, the pre-chorus consists of that many syllables, and those syllables and those bars for the instruments, it's getting a bit noisy, but anyway, it will be for about, let's say, 8 seconds or 12 seconds. Okay, I have that much syllables, I have to say them this quick. But if I have a phrase that fits there better, or there can be a punchline and I want to use my punchline because I don't want to give up on it, then I just and I wouldn't say that I stop this entirely, because right now I would just have this punchline in my mind, sometimes not intendedly, but yeah, I have in many occasions I have this punchline on my mind that I want to use, and if it doesn't fit the syllables or the flow or whatever, then I just shape it somehow. But if it doesn't fit anyway, I normally try to shape the lyrics of let's say the previous line to make my punchline work. And if this method doesn't work good, then I would look for some other ways to get my punchline in. So, for example, using more syllables for the exact same bars. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. So that's why I like, for example, ballads or slower songs, because when a song is slower, one thing, it's more likely that you write something emotional that drags the people in. You don't have to talk fast. I mean, if you rap, for example, in a slow song, I would say, yeah, it's easier. For some people, it might be boring, who has been into rap for, I don't know, many years, and who likes this kind of, I don't know, who likes to rap fast or who likes other kind of flows. But if you're just starting out, that would be a good way. So right now, if I want to practice rap, and I guess that for a couple of weeks or month, I would stay in this lane, that I would write short raps for ballads or in ballad songs, because I think that could mean a good base. Yeah, so somehow it is easier for me to use this mumble first method when I write a ballad, because for me, I wouldn't say the melody is catchier, but it just somehow gets you in this state of mind when you just want to chill with the beat. And yeah, this mumble first method is common. For example, many YouTube instructors or podcasters or tutors in other kind of platforms would talk about this in their videos. So it's most likely you hear something about this if there's a video about songwriting methods. It's more likely than not hearing something about this. Let's say many songs, many popular songs and hits were officially written this way. For example, Yesterday or Skinny Love, and I don't know, Butter by BTS, many more. So yeah, for me it works for ballads very well. For rap songs, I mean, I started to have this workflow for the rap songs, that I write an exact syllable count. I try to say it. If it doesn't work, I redo it. If I can't do the flow properly, if the delivery is bad, I mean, the delivery is almost always bad at this point, because I've just got into rapping. But yeah, if it sounds very, very awkward, I would redo it with what? Less syllables. Yeah. But many times when it doesn't sound awkward, and when I have a great idea, not necessarily a punchline, I would change the melody a bit. If, let's say, I don't want to change the syllables that much, one or two syllables plus or minus. Compared to the original line. Yeah. So I would even change the melody to fit this, but I would say it can be worked out if you use it like a melody version. So if the chords, the feelings, the flow, the delivery, everything stays the same, you just vary a couple of notes. So that could work. So I mean, for me, this mumble first method is definitely a success, because in a couple of weeks, so let's say it's day 25, I guess. Yes. So in less than a month, it just made me shift. I'm not doing this on purpose. So it made me shift my entire workflow from writing the lyrics, then figuring out some kind of melody for it, and then writing the instrumentals. Because let's say, I think the biggest problem for me was that I couldn't make a beat under it. But after I started for about 2 weeks ago, getting free beats or free samples, and placing my lyrics, I mean, with melody and everything on top of that. Yeah, so I had the beat, I had the instrumental, I had the vibe, the original. I mean, I had something to work with. That I had the anchor that could help me make think and brainstorm ideas, or just let myself thinking how I feel about this, what I want to write on top of this. And let's say the challenge has this kind of structure that you have this topic, that topic, another kind of topic, so you don't write cheesy love songs every day, or you don't write angry punk songs every day, or you're not I don't know, complaining about your financial or partnership or family issues every day, but you do a little bit of everything. Yeah. So I wanted to kind of keep that structure. But when I had had an idea that was I wouldn't say against it, but that stepped out of that lane, that I was like, okay, I would just kind of shape this a little bit to conserve something from that topic. Or let's say I can write a song that sounds to be, for example, a song I wrote to my ex, while it's let's say to a toxic classmate or whatever. So it's pretty fluid what you're writing about. I mean, you can shift from a topic to another topic. You can make you can write about something, and you can make it sound as if it was written from a completely different topic. My brain just froze. Yeah, but yeah, for me it worked. It made me I mean, it helped me very much. I don't know if I should make 2 parts of this video. Shall I make 2 parts of this video? Because I might just talk too much. At least my teeth look good. These videos are really awkward. But yeah, so what was the biggest shift for me is, I mean, it was the instrumentals. If you want to try this, to put kind of top lines, or I'm not saying top lines, just melodies and lyrics on instrumentals, for the first time it feels awkward. At least for me, it felt awkward for a couple of, I mean, let's say the first 3 or 4 days, it felt very awkward. But if you go on with this, and I'm still at the very beginning of this journey, but I have this kind of excitement, and I would even say that I feel dedicated to it. I would like to see how much I can improve, how far I can get. But you just have to write the awkward stuff out from yourself. Because if I remember my lyrics, I mean, my first songs, only concept and lyrics and let's say melody wise, because I had the melody in my head. You can't write songs without having melodies in your head. It's impossible, because that's rather poetry. But yeah, so I did this stuff. I had the lyrics forever, and regarding the lyrics, regarding the whole structure, I mean, the first, I wouldn't say 50 to 100 songs, but at least the first 30 to 50 songs were very awkward. Yeah. But yeah, and so was my voice. I mean, my voice still has a huge room for improvement. But yeah, so this thing you should definitely try. I would recommend that. What else? The second one was the 3-word blueprint. About this, I would say that I like the idea, but I wanted somehow, I wanted to reshape it, replacing the words with topics. So let's say I'm about to put out 2 songs today. The first one is about human relationships, and I stayed at the family topic. Because, for example, I put out a song from one of my parents, my dog, whatever. I talked stuff about my personal life. And let's say I started writing this song named Imaginary Kid, that just has this type of double meaning, because from the first point of view, it can mean that you have a life, you have a purpose, you have a vision about what you want to do with your life, and your parents, or at least one of them, but I think in many occasions your parents can be divided that much. So let's say your family, your parents, uncle, grandparents, whatever, just have this kind of stuff vision about how you should live, what kind of profession you should pursue, when you should have a family with an exact type of person, and you're just sick of it. You just want to you just want a change, you just want a breakout, you just want something, but it doesn't matter if you can make this breakout, because there's this kind of stuff in your brain that okay, let's say you made it, and they still don't see it because they wanted to have another kind of person as their child. And sometimes, so let's say if I want to put myself in this situation, I wouldn't say, if only I was another kind of person, because I don't want to torture myself, I don't want to be another kind of person, but if only they have another child and not me. So if I want to keep this topic, I would write about what if they had an imaginary child that could be the way they wanted their child to be. So yeah, this is one point of view. The other point of view is when you're living your life or building it, and you don't want to live a life like other people, like this kind of very perfect life with kids that look like they stepped out of a, don't know, toothpath ad. I just said that because yeah. And the perfect husband and or wife, and the perfect house on the countryside with a job that you love, 25/7, 25/7, 24/7. Yeah, I just added an extra hour to the day, but yeah. So you just don't want to live this kind of life normal people would call perfect, and you just, maybe you don't even want to have a child, but your family, your circle of friends, your colleagues, I don't know, the internet, just keep pushing this on you, and maybe even you can think about this from time to time. What if I was more, let's say, parent coded? What if I found the right partner? What if I wasn't this old? Whatever. If I had this, I don't know, son, daughter, both, I don't know, and you just keep your thoughts are just twisting about this child that exists in your brain. So this is the second meaning of this song, Imaginary Kid. So I wanted to be this song, like if I I chose 3 pillars for it, and I'm saying pillars because I don't want to use the exact same words. Because let's say my favorite genre, I wouldn't say I have favorite genre, but for example, many of my favorite artists are from punk or metal or K-pop, and there are pretty I wouldn't say complicated genre, but yeah, they are. So I just wouldn't want to be my own song that simple, using the same words over and over again. So I just chose pillars, and let's say syllables or alternative forms or spellings I could use for that. And the 3 pillars were child, of course, expectations, and imagination. I mean, it's pretty simple, but yeah, so if you think about this as a triangle and you want to put everything to the song in a way for it to be balanced, I don't say lyrically, but concept-wise, it can work good. If you want to write just a very catchy thing, that a song that everyone gets, you could use the same with only, I mean, using the same words as hooks, if you want to do it the easy way, or if you're just starting out. I didn't want to do that, but it could work for you, or for your genre, or for your style. What else? The other song I chose to put out was a yeah, it's a cover, but it has an, I wouldn't say an original instrumental, because the instrumental I have was written by a beat maker my stepfather introduced me to. And let's say the original song was I don't know, maybe it was from a play, but I haven't seen anything about this play. So so directly, this is a song of Gregory Le Marchal, sorry, one of my favorite singers. He was French, and I think he was singing the role of Adam in Adam and Eve, or I can't remember what the play was, but I think it was a play. He was featuring before he got famous. So maybe it was, I wouldn't say it was a school play or something like that, but he made this what he made this song, and the voice memo, what you know what I'm trying to say. The song was made before he got famous, so I haven't found any videos about it, but we have the song in studio version, and I love that song so much. The original song was in French, and I wanted to sing it, so I just got the instrumentals. I haven't found anything about this on the internet, but I had this beat maker make the instrumental, and I wrote Hungarian lyrics on top of it. Yeah, I was thinking about rewriting it, but just a little bit, because the original lyrics I wrote about 10 years ago, and the original title is Völ monám szomval. That could be translated to fly high my soul or fly away my soul. And I chose the three pillars, like flying, soul, for example, and finding or becoming what you want to find or what you want to become. Yeah, because for example, I like this kind of layered songwriting, because I know the original artist pretty well, and his first studio album was titled Je deviens moi, aka I'm becoming myself. So yeah, but the song has this kind of aura with it as well. So that's why I chose it. So I think songwriting wisely it worked. I don't know how much I liked to perform these songs. I mean, or not even performing, but listening to. I mean, for me, it can be some kind of just a very bit annoying that I'm seeing a structure in front of myself inside of the flow, because I want it to be perfectly balanced, and I know no one else would see it but me. So yeah, I think this can be definitely helpful. Maybe I just wouldn't want to listen to the songs I wrote this way after that. So yeah, moving to the third part, it was happy accident. So it's basically when you're jamming, or when you're brainstorming with your friends, or when you're humming something on the bus. Or it happened to me a couple of times while I was sleeping and I wrote something in my sleep. Then I woke up and I needed to write down everything, like, yeah, the way people write their dreams down, and this kind of way to remember the stuff. And I wrote a couple of things this way. I mean, for example, a song I performed on a competition when I was getting into singing Gershwin songs, and I just woke up, and I was like this kind of state of mind that, okay, I want to write this jazz inspired song. The title was kind of the Devil of the Streets, or something like that. And yeah, because the melody was so stuck with me, and yeah, so that worked out pretty well, as everyone loved it, and no one would say that I wrote it around because this occasion was when I was about 14, and I wrote, and I mean, I tried to make I tried to, let's say, produce something for that songs years after that. But I was still pretty young, and I don't think, I mean, people were surprised that I wrote that song. So I would say that was a success. For example, my other song, I just put out a part of The Edge. It was well, it wasn't written in my dream, but it was written on the way similar to this jamming and brainstorming thing. So and I really like that song because it has a depth. Sorry, it has a kind of the delivery, as it's not that fast, and I can keep up with it, and I can put my soul into it. So I would say this method works because it comes from your inner self, or your subconscious self, whatever. The only problem with this is that it's unpredictable. So you just I know many people do they have special techniques to make themselves dream what they want to dream about, or if they want to get the answer for something. Maybe this could work in songwriting as well. I never tried it. I never had the intention to try it. Maybe this could work, but if you're not using this on purpose, or if you're not jamming on purpose occasionally, I mean, even if you're jamming, even if you're putting yourself in a state that, okay, I want to have this idea of whatever, it is just kind of too random, and you for example, when you have strict deadlines, you just can't put yourself too solely on it or mainly on it. Yeah, but the idea is pretty nice, and when it hits you in the right way, masterpieces can be born. Yeah, so occasionally it can work if you have time, and if the circumstances are ideal. But many things depend on the circumstances. I need to drink, and it's water this time. So yeah. I like the bubbles. So after the happy accident, let's say writing to templates, well, that makes me think about two things. One thing is that these Western pop artists, who I would say mainly pop artists, because I think this is rather pop genre thing, because my brain works, I wouldn't say it works different, but I was listening to artists who in the genre I told you previously. And I think those genre, or those kind of artists that shaped me, would rather put small references in their songs than, let's say, putting a beat or an ideal concept, or even the title similar, the phrase is similar, whatever, because I think in many genre people would rather use this kind of I wouldn't say it's innuendo, but this kind of Easter egg kind of writing. That, for example, if they respect someone, if someone inspired them, they just put a song title or a word that is very, very similar to the artist's name, to the song's name, or let's say when two artists are, I'm just saying random things, but I would do it that way. If, for example, two artists are friends and they met in, I don't know, Monte Carlo, wherever, then put Monte Carlo in the song. I don't know. So this kind of thing that either way everyone understands, but still comes as an artistic way, or only the target person would understand, because there is art, people, there is art. Stealing a template, I mean, a whole idea and shaping it, like putting some mascara on it, but having the very same thing like 80% and just putting a new package on it, I mean, it can be valid if the sound is very different from the original, but many times it ain't that difficult. So yeah, there are good songs that are written this way, but I would rather call them I wouldn't say covers, but just a read-it version. How to say it? You know what I want to say. So this is one thing. The other thing that comes to my mind is when you're using templates in your songs. I mean, that can be good. And I was thinking about using templates in my songs when I'm getting into production, because I already have a couple of sample packs downloaded, but I wouldn't use that the exact same way I got that from the pack. So I would either way change the register or put some distortion on it, or just change it, putting on reverb, whatever, something that makes it. For example, it can be a good way if you just want to make a reference, if you want to be similar to a song, or you don't even need to want to be similar to a song or an artist, but you can still use it as a reference. Or if you shape it that much, it can be some kind of characteristic thing to your own music. I mean, you just have the clay you're working with. You can shape it the way you want to shape it, because if you make your own masterpiece from it, people people won't brag about, this is the very same clay this other person used, or yeah, I know someone who wrote something very similar to it. Yeah, so if you shape it to your own style, it's not gonna happen. And I'm gonna use that in the future, but only this way. Yeah, the only example when I would use the exact same let's say instrumentals than something that that existed before, and I'm not talking about practicing right now, because when you're practicing, when you're still in the practicing phase, you use whatever you find, whatever you can work with, everything counts. But after that phase, I would only use something very similar to the original instrumentals if I want to make a parody. So let's say, I think most of you know Donkey March. You know this. Yeah. So this thing just got stuck in my brain, but with a very punk concept. I'm not gonna tell anything about this because YouTube would block me for that. The title starts with fun fact, and there are two other words starting with F. Yeah, but if I wanted to make a parody or yeah, something very mad, then I would use this plain copy-paste version of the instrumental. But all in this occasion. And the last thing I would like to talk about is the lyrical contrast. I would say you can put it in different ways. So firstly, when I saw this title, lyrical concept, and about this having you have to make a balance, whatever. I was thinking about, they wanted to tell me something about if your lyrics is if your song is based on lyrics, then you can go hard on the instrumentals. If the instrumentals are hard on your in your song, then you'd rather use basic I don't say basic verse or basic phrases, but not overcomplicated things lyrically, because the entire stuff, the song, however it comes, it would overwhelm the people. And I thought it wanted to tell me this, because I would absolutely agree with this. But I just figured out that it was more about divided the song to different parts, like I don't know, intro, the verses, bridge, chorus, post-chorus. Structure doesn't matter right now, but that one part of the song should be more, I wouldn't say chill, but not that but it would it should help you. I'm not gonna say relax or have you some time to how they call it, oh my god, to rest, for example, to rest after a heavy chorus. Because normally, I mean, I think I don't know what it was based on, because if I think about heavy genre, I don't think it's a thing. I mean, they can put Easter eggs in their songs, but I mean, that would be not that heavy, but from another genre or another kind of beat or thing, but that would just train your brain more. So I think this is very genre specific, and I think, for example, if you divide your song to different parts, and you're trying to be a bit more chill and a bit more constructed in one part and the other part, I don't know, it might work, but I think this is something I would approach only if I wanted to overwhelm the people, then let them read. I mean, maybe it's only me not being that interested about this, but yeah, I think yeah, maybe there could be a rundown part and the healing part in the song. I don't know. I must be talking bullshit right now, but yeah. Another thing with this, if you don't want to overwhelm their brain, for example, and you're saying the same words, we discussed this before, It could be okay for me personally in the post-chorus, because I want my chorus to hit hard, to be heavy, to be memorable. Because if I was, it can be different for you, but if I was a performing artist, I wanted my chorus to be memorable, more. The whole vibe it delivers. I wanted it to be impactful more than I wanted it to be easily memorized for the people. But I think it depends. So if I wrote, for example, when I wrote that rock and roll song, well, it wasn't that that kind of part of the throughout the song, but it was easier to memorize. The melody, the verse, the rhyme were basic rhymes, because if you're a rock and roll artist, or if you're in a rock and roll concert, it matters more, I think. And yeah, because I think that would fit to those kind of audiences. But if your style is very alternative, very experimental, if you want to shock people more, if you want to think people more, if you want to splash random things in their face that make you I think then that's not that important to be memorable is big thing, but you don't need to be memorized easily. So if I wanted to use basic rhymes, basic words, basic melodies, I wouldn't use that in my chorus, because I wanted my chorus to hit the people hard. And after that, and maybe in these special occasions, this kind of balance thing can be worked out, that my chorus hits hard, and after that I have an outro, like I had in the I Can't Handle You song, like and it goes like this for I don't know how many bars, 22 bars, I can't remember, but it goes like this for a time. So if I wanted to apply this, I would do this that way, or in my outro, but that would be less of my preference, because outro might be too late, even in a 3-minute song, and I like outro to be not the last punch, but the dot in the eye. Not this kind of eye, but the dot at the end of the sentence. So I can imagine I would use this kind of technique, but I just like to be unexpected, so I would combine this with unexpectedness. And so basically, if you don't if you don't want to be basic but want people to love you, I think the way is, because I'm listening to a lot of YouTubers, podcasts, whatever lately, and a couple of them said that people want to hear what they expect to hear, but in another kind of way they expect it. So I would say do what people want to hear, or make kind of music, melody people want to hear, but put in a twist. Put in a twist, and if you good it in the right way, then you can put your stamp on it. Yeah. So basically, that would be my first video for today. I learned a lot throughout the last 3 or 4 weeks. I keep evolving. I want to get back to make more informative videos like this one, because I was just kind of overflowed with my stuff lately. But yeah, I will work on it. Don't take it as a promise, but I'm on my way. So thank you very much listening to me. Take whatever you want to take with you. Look for more methods if you want. If it made you interested in the topic, and we're not gonna stop. We're climbing that freaking mountain. Bye.